It's changed significantly, to be honest with you, and it's really now a 5-star product right in the heart of middle of Dublin here. We've invested a considerable amount of money throughout the entire stadium, but I think from the minute you walk in downstairs to the new bars, the new lounges, the new cafe, the museum, which is an incredible story of the richness of greyhound racing in this country. It's superb, really, and we've completely renovated as well the entire restaurant. Again, 5-star quality. 5-star quality when you include tote service, you include superb food, you include superb racing. There's nothing like it, really, and it's a unique product at this point in time.
Were you worried about moving the date for the BoyleSports Irish Derby, the Greyhound Derby, from September to November?
It was, I suppose, a calculated risk, but we had to get everything right. We were supported by our board. We started in February of this year, and luckily we finished in 6 months on time and within budget as well, to be honest. Superb contractor, superb architects, and we met the deadline, and I suppose you can see the fruits of it today. All of the rounds today of the Derby have been exceptionally well received by the Greyhound public, but also by the visiting public. I'm here this evening now. It's my third or fourth time here over the Derby rounds, and even the number of international voices that I can hear here is quite incredible. So it's superb for greyhound racing, superb for this product, and superb for Dublin and the country.
There are so many stories of interest concerning the 4 dogs and 2 bitches that made it to the final of the BoyleSports Irish Greyhound Derby. Ger Brazil looks back at an event that happened in Las Vegas.
A group of us were travelling. We kind of did a travel around the world a year out, and we ended up in Vegas, as you do on these kind of trips. And we had a bit of a couple of wild days out, and there was a story out of it that was involving cheap sandwiches. We can't divulge the full story, but that's as far as we'll tell you about it. Look, we've had an incredible run with this guy. He started off below in the Lee Strand, and he ran very well for us. We knew he was a good dog. My dad had said to us that before he ever ran, he rang me one day and he said, I think, Ger, we've a right good dog here. And when Dad says a right good dog, you know that he's something. So he ran in the Lee Strand. He ran well, came second in it. And then we decided we'd bring him up to Graham Holland to be closer to the big action in Shelbourne. And since he's come to Shelbourne, it's just been fantastic. The 550 distance has suited him. And this is a dream for us, an absolute dream. Right behind me now, the weigh-in is taking place. The trainers are on their way in. Owen McKenna is here. Owen, you're training Callaway Killigar, and that's named after somewhere in Kerry.
Yeah, it's a townsland there in Brosna, I think. John Murphy, the father, that's where he's from, and the brothers and that, so they call the dog after him.
Now, he hasn't won a heat yet, but that's not unusual. Many's the dog and bitch didn't win a heat and went on to win the Derby.
Well, there mightn't too many, but we thought a lot of the dog. Like, he won the juvenile Derby before here, and he just hasn't fired on all cylinders during the Derby, but he probably didn't deserve to qualify a few nights he did. Like, he was out from the back, you know what I mean? He's come from nowhere to get up to qualify each night, so we're just delighted to be in the final, and sure, it's all to play for. You're in the final.
I'd say he was a slow starter.
He has been during the Derby, but he was trapping well enough in the juvenile Derby, and he was going to the bend well, and he seemed to have lost that a bit, but you'd never know, sure, if you come away a little bit better and get himself into contention tonight. He'll need to, because the favourite's a serious dog, like, and we're all playing catch up, as the fella says.
Mary Amelia joins us now, and Mary, tell us about this bitch called Lucky Julie.
Lucky Julie, well, she's owned by my uncle Jerry Amelia, and she was joint winner of the Irish Oaks this year here, and then she came in season. We left her off, and she came back here for the Derby, and she's got to the final now, which is super. The father's Ballymac Bulger.
And what's this I hear about her liking to watch her races on the big screen?
So every week when the race is over, she comes in here for the wash area, and she looks up at the screen and watches the replay. So she figures out what to do for the following week. She loves watching the telly.
You'd want to keep the remote control away from her.
I know, this is it. So she loves watching it, yeah, so it's all good.
One man who's very popular with the punters is just making his way out of the weighing room at the moment, Graham Holland. It's a big night for you, because if either Bockos Diamond or Cheap Sandwiches win tonight, you will be in an elite group and you'll have won 4 derbies. Is that something you're thinking about?
Not really, no. I always look to the next one. I don't look behind me. Look, it'd be lovely, don't get me wrong, but the main object is to win it for the dog and for the team at home and the owners.
Now, it hasn't been done since 1972, but do records, do they mean anything to you?
I don't really look. I look forward, not backwards. Thank you very much. You know, like obviously they stand and it's history and everything like that, but I tend to look forward, not backwards.
Now, one of the dogs is Cheap Sandwiches. What can you tell me about him?
He's a young dog, improving. He's done very well in the competition. Ever so pleased to be there with him. Obviously, he's a very nice dog, as he wouldn't have got there. Ran very well last week. Hopefully, he'll do the same tonight.
And you were very pleased with the time?
Oh, yeah, of course you are.
And then Bockos Diamond is in Trap 6 and a very short price favourite.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. He's sort of a very, very good dog. He probably deserves to win a derby, what he's done, but we don't always get what we deserve. So hopefully he does everything right and he runs well.
Paul Hennessy is here, the trainer of BoyleSports. Bob, tell me about him.
Yeah, beautiful dog. Absolutely. And a gentleman to do anything with. He's very friendly, very placid. He's good at his job. He's already after finishing second in the final of the English Derby. And to reach the final of an Irish Derby in the same season, it's very unusual. So it's all credit to him. And he's in great form. We're very happy with him and hopefully he'll give a good performance.
It's been quite a year running in the Easter Cup and then a runner-up in the English Derby. And November the 23rd could be the night of all nights.
Yeah, look, we've had a great season with him. He only ran in 3 competitions. As I say, he made the final of the Easter Cup. Things weren't really going as well as we had planned in that. And he came into better form in the English Derby, and we had great fun, we had great crack with Ned Murphy and John Boyle in that competition. It's huge over there. And here he is, he's back, he's after working his way all through the way to the final of this now again. So great testimony to the dog himself. He's a wonderful dog, great competitor, and he is a good dog.
Pat Buckley is tied up, but James Corden joins us, and you're part of the crew down there. A lot of excitement, I'm sure, in the kennels this week.
Yeah, it's a big achievement. Everyone says just the aim's to get to the final, not necessarily win it. So it's a great achievement to be there. And look, everyone's a chance. You have to be there to win it. So
now, Sing Along Dolly is one of 2 bitches in the final lineup, and she's clocked some very impressive times in the heat. So how close is she to winning the BoyleSports Irish Derby?
Look, we need a lot of luck tonight. She's a bit fine on the clock, and the favourite deserves to be favourite. He's a great dog, but look, Greyhound racing, anything can happen, and look, hopefully everything goes right for her. She comes out and gets a run, and the rest is history. Let's hope.
Jerry Melia joins me. Jerry, BoyleSport Irish Greyhound Nights, there's something you always look forward to.
Yeah, I was always looking forward to that, yeah.
Now you've got a bitch in the final, and it's a Lucky Julie. Tell me about the dogs you've had here before.
Well, Glen Corby Selt, he was the first. He was second. The last year was a 525, and I think it was a 550 he would have got there. And then we had Holy Cross Leah, and she was second. So we've this one now, and we're hoping it'll be third time lucky. She goes in and looks at the replay there and sizes up what she's to do.
I hope she has a television licence.
I hope so. Yeah.
Colin O'Rourke, you're a great Greyhound fan, but this is a regular hangout for you here, or it was?
Oh, it was. I was a very regular here with Pascal Taggart in the old days, and I come for the Derby finals and all the big races. It's great atmosphere, and the recently refurbished track is a fantastic place and something which families and friends and couples should be certainly coming to. A great atmosphere, particularly on a Saturday night.
And have you any outstanding memories of any of the dogs that ran here on Derby night?
Well, I suppose Pascal and O'Ryan's Dipmac winning the Derby, that was probably the outstanding memory.
Jim Bulger, is this a regular haunt for you, the night of the BoyleSports Irish Greyhound Derby?
Well, I started coming to Shelbourne in 1960, and I was a regular when I was in digs not so far away from here. But later on then, I would only come to the big nights. I probably haven't missed any derby in the last 20 years.
You're here every year?
Every year, yeah.
Now, it was moved this year from September to November. Does that matter?
No. Well, this time of the year would suit me better because things have eased down a bit. So, it suits me fine.
Are we ever tempted to keep greyhounds yourself, or were you that busy in your career?
I did have a few shares from time to time. Nothing of any account, but my father used to train greyhounds, and my brother Johnny in Wexford, he still trains, and I know quite a few greyhound trainers, so I keep an interest in the sport.
Tim Kelleher is the voice of racing at Shelbourne Park in Cork.
We're here in Shelbourne tonight. A night off for me from Greyhound Park tonight. I come to Shelbourne. It's absolutely buzzing here. I can't get over the crowd that's here. It just shows the new Shelbourne. The place is absolutely rocking. It's a statement for Greyhound racing that we're back. I'm on a busman's holiday tonight. If you're looking for a winner tonight, it's a tough card. There's a couple of races gone already. In the final itself, I think Bockos Diamond looks he looks the business. He's a magical dog. He's going for 15 in a row, which is unprecedented in Irish racing. His biggest challenge would probably come from his kennel-made cheap sandwiches.
Where did you travel from?
I've come from Derry, in the north.
Yeah, from Derry, but you're originally from?
I'm originally from Birmingham in England.
What are you going for in the Derby?
So my heart says Singalong Dolly because I know people who bred her, but I'm going to go for the Trap 6 dog, the favourite.
I'm here on supporting cheap sandwiches. Dan Brazel would be a very good family friend within the track and coursing, so we're here supporting him tonight, all the way from Galway.
If Cheap Sandwiches doesn't make it, who do you think will do it?
Well, look as the profile has shown all through the Derby, Bockos Diamond is the dog to beat. But look at a final, so we're all here to support and have a great night.
Next race up is the feature race tonight, the final of the 2024 BoyleSports Irish Greyhound Derby. Let's find out where the smart money is going. Ted Hegarty, tell me, where is the cash been placed at the moment?
I think Bockos Diamond will be very, very hard to beat. I think he will be very hard to beat. He has the early. The only problem is if the 3 dog came away with him, he might get trouble, but I think he's a genuinely 3-1 on chance. I think he'll be very, very hard to beat.
If you pardon the pun, is there a dark horse out there that the money has been going on this evening?
There's plenty of money for Trap 1 at 8 and 10 to 1. I can't see him winning it. I can see him running into a place, but I find it very hard to see him winning the Derby.
That's Callaway, Kennegar.
Kennegar, yeah. I can't see him getting a run. I think he'll find it very hard. If the 6 dog does everything right, he will definitely win. He'll be very, very hard to beat. I think the punters were having a beano. They gave a lot of it back there now, so maybe they'll come in and back him at 3 on. But I won't be going any better than 1 to 3.
So Bockos Diamond has done the business for Graham Holland. He has written himself into the history books, and Bockos Diamond has done it, and the time 29:25. Graham, congratulations. How do you feel?
Well, obviously delighted, over the moon. All the things you would feel. It's fantastic.
And there was something special about this dog. You would have noticed it when you got to train him.
Yeah, you sort of knew from day one he was ultra special. I'm just pleased that he was lucky enough to prove it, because it would have been a shame if he didn't win a Derby.
Now, he's the son of Dorotas Wildcat and bred by Rachel Wheeler from the beginning. 15 wins in a row out of 16 races. I mean, that has to be some sort of record.
I don't know, but look, long may it continue. Really, it's all about qualifying in these competitions, but he's been lucky enough to win each round. He's good for the sport. He is an icon, and hopefully he'll continue.
Where do you see him going from here? Because you've taken the big trophies tonight.
Look, my feet will soon be back on the ground tomorrow morning when I've got to let them out again. It doesn't take long to come back down to reality, but this is what all the hard work is for, if you know what I mean, to make nights like this happen. There's a lot of nights when you don't get results and things don't go your way, so this makes up for it.
You've trained 4 Derby winners here. You've trained 2 in Britain. You said earlier on that it's nice to have them, but as far as you're concerned, it's on to the next race.
Well, I'll be looking for the next one now, to be honest. We've got 2 nice dogs here, hopefully for the next year. So fingers crossed, and long may it continue. We work hard at it. It's a family thing, and I'd just like to thank everybody at home, all the kennel staff and all the people that support us and the owners, because they make it happen.